All right, Jonathan Gibbs here from Door to Door Con 6 on the floor with Matt Kronwald, the guy at Titan Solar, and it's so good to see you again. I haven't seen you in over a year,
buddy.
man.
I appreciate you. Yeah.
Saw you coming down the aisle, and obviously, it's no secret that I've been a big fan of Titan for a long time. I was more than happy to send you guys a lot of business in 2019, 2020 when you guys are growing, but I don't know what's going on. So this is going to be new for me and the watchers. Tell me what happened in 2022.
2022 was a massive year for us. We expanded into 4 more markets. So
which markets?
We opened up Ohio, Louisiana, Tennessee, and Maryland, all in 2022.
That's great.
They have been doing really, really well. We've got sites on a few more markets like Wisconsin, Mississippi, and potentially Idaho for this upcoming year. But yeah, it's 2022 was a banner year. We did just under 26,000 installs.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
These are big, big numbers.
It was fun.
26,000 installs. One of the benefits you get at that scale is you tend to see how the market is moving before some of the smaller people see it. Like
Sure.
the trends impact you bigger.
Yep.
What are some of the things that you see happening that maybe the smaller companies haven't seen yet?
Totally. So I think one of the positive trends is that we're starting to see some of the supply chain issues level out. Back in 2021, supply chain was definitely a major concern.
100%.
And there were a lot of people that were heavily impacted by just the inability to get equipment, regardless of the price. Like you just couldn't get it. It was all sitting on those massive carrier ships off the.
Yeah, we could see them.
Yeah, you could see them out there. It was crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Starting to see the trends of supply chain level out. I think with that, we're going to probably start to see some costs maybe even decrease, even though we're starting to see, we're in an inflationary market. Almost everything is going up in price.
I've heard this too. I've heard that if you're ordering panels right now, it's a lower price in Q2 this year than in Q4 last year.
Exactly,
So
which is almost opposite of what you would think. As you buy some eggs and it costs you $8 right now, and but panel prices seem to be going down, which is a positive
I've heard
thing.
that. That's good.
So I think as we're starting to see some trends, one of the major things that we're starting to hear is just some more consolidation of installers.
Yep.
This is an extremely capital intensive business. As if you have any sort of disruption, whether it's supply chain or labor force or anything like that, just the amount of money that it takes to float is really challenging. So I think that probably in 2023, we'll probably see some consolidation, whether that be in the financial, it's different financial products that exist out there.
That's right.
Or other installers just kind of grouping together.
So let's talk about this. I see like leases coming back in a really big way. Do you guys start feeling that trend? Like with the
not as much as I would have thought.
Yeah.
With everything going on with the interest rates, one of the things Titan had to do was just we had to cap it and just say we're not going to offer products that are above this level, even though they exist.
Okay.
Because it's just at some point I think we want to try to be able to regulate somewhat what the industry is going to do so that nobody else has to.
Service the reps, but still protect the customers.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's so big. Like what I get freaked out seeing these 30+% deal fees because the reality is that a percentage of people are going to move in 5 years. And so this is just like a 30% prepayment penalty basically that they're going to get hit with.
But all of a sudden now, even just in the last few months, we've started to see a shift away from that. So the lease product is still excellent. We have fantastic relationships with Sunrun and Sonova. I would have thought that in the fall that we would see a massive spike. We saw a little bit of a bump, but it wasn't as much as I would have expected.
I'm hearing rumors from, let's just say, big leasing companies that the new leases could potentially see a monthly payment for a $30,000 system that's equal to like a $40,000 or $45,000 loan.
Right.
And so
if you see something like that, it's going to be a game changer.
I think that we could see that this year. So that'd be interesting to see.
It's going to be, I think the challenge there is going to be getting salespeople to understand the lease product. And, you can almost tell how long somebody's been in solar by if they can sell a lease. Because, folks that are been around since the Solar City days, that's all they sold were leases. So
That's right.
they know, like, and understand that product. And this kind of newer generation of solar sales people,
3 years or less. Where it's
3
just
years
been
or
loan.
less,
Yeah.
it's only loan.
Yeah.
And so it'll take a little bit of maybe a re-education is the right word to kind of get I think a big group of people to start moving back that way. But the lease product is something that people should be knowledgeable of.
Yeah, I think that's good. So let me pivot, because it's January and there's a lot of people that watch this podcast that have been in, door to door for 3 years, 5 years, 6 years. You've been in the solar industry for a long time. How do you keep it fresh? Like, how do you start a new year knowing that you're going to be doing a lot of the same work, solving a lot of the same problems, but with this joy that you always seem to have and this freshness that you already seem to have? What? Give us one of your nuggets of how you keep
maybe some of
this.
it's fake, but I do have a funny story to tell you about.
Well, your hair's not great yet.
The
so
time, buddy, the time that you guys came to HQ was like legitimately maybe my worst day.
Oh my gosh.
In the business. So you don't know this, but I am terrified of heights. Absolutely.
So Matt came up on the rooftop, and you had to climb this really sketchy ladder.
Debilitatingly terrified of heights, and you wanted to do the photo shoot on the roof next to all of our solar arrays.
Yeah.
And I was trying to convince David that I didn't have to do that, and he was like, "Absolutely not! You're getting on that roof." And that was horrific.
I remember
for me.
as David sort of pushing all of us, but that's my memory. But
that was funny.
We have the great photo though.
We
It's
do have a
great
good photo. I think, well, one, solar keeps it fresh. I think one of the benefits of this business is that every day is unique. But this is one of the very few sales gigs where you really have a everybody win type of sale.
Yeah.
Usually in a sales gig, for a salesperson to get a big commission or to get a big win, it comes at the expense of somebody else.
Yeah.
And with solar, you can have a sale in which the homeowner wins, you win, your installer wins, and the earth wins, and that's just exciting.
It is.
I don't know how long we're going to be able to have this exact moment in time, but one of the things that I learned in mortgages, which was what I was doing before I got into solar, is that there is an idea of the good old days. So I started in mortgages in 2013, and everybody told me about the good old days of mortgages. 2005, 2006, those were the good old days.
Yeah.
They were always talking about the good old days. The problem with the good old days is you don't know you're in them until you're out of them.
That's right.
And so I think it's important for people to know that, like, right now, this moment in time is the good old days of solar.
That's good, man.
And we have an opportunity with the easiest tech to be able to create proposals which didn't exist before.
Yeah.
We have still little to no regulation. We've got super easy financial products. Like, this moment in time is such an opportunity for people to just like say, I'm going to take advantage of this because it won't always be this good or this easy.
I'm really surprised, actually, we're still selling solar at the rate it's selling at. I really thought years ago it would come down. So I agree with that. But even if it wasn't exactly that way, but deciding that these are the good old days in the moment, like the mind over and purposing kind of makes it the good old days, like purposing to do that. Well, I love it. I hope we get to spend some time together this year.
I hope so too, but it's really good to see you.
It's so good to see you.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for coming on podcast.
Appreciate you guys.
Titan Solar, obviously always a great name in solar. So many sales organizations have built on the back of this incredible infrastructure. Hope you guys have a banner year this year as well.
Thank you. I appreciate you.